if you and your wife find a really awesome luxury cruise that you love the idea of, and you sit with yourself and you get it, actually, it is worth $20,000, then buy it. But if your friends are like, hey, do you guys want to go out to this restaurant with us? We're going tomorrow. Just give us a heads up. It's Michelin star ranked. You look at the restaurant, like, this isn't even food I like. And I've been to a few Michelin star restaurants. There's never enough food. It's always disappointment. Whatever. I'm not saying that's really the case, but let's say that's
it
the
is.
case with you.
I've been to them. I went out and got a hot dog and French fries after going to one. It was crazy.
Exactly. Okay, so we're exactly on the same page on that. But let's say that's your experience. Well, then don't say yes, because that's like $800 you could have just invested. So the way my wife and I think about it is, luckily for us, we're very low maintenance people. The things we like best in this world are like sitting together, cuddling, and watching Netflix, which is essentially almost free. Thank God. But if we have other expensive things we like, we just have to make that calculation of, is this a 7 out of 10 experience or better? If yes, we're good with spending the money. What you don't want to look back on, and I think a lot of people do this, is even if they're productively investing, they look back 20 or 30 years later and they go, look at all this crap we bought.
Yeah.
Look at, like, we went to Fort Lauderdale to visit your parents and got the nicest hotel in Fort Lauderdale. Why? We didn't have to go on that trip. We could have gotten a not so nice hotel. Even the nice hotel was kind of blah. Don't just, a lot of people think once I'm making a certain amount of money, I got to spend money like rich people do, And here's another one. You get a house, and a house is, technically speaking, a vehicle for investment as well. Let's say it's a nice house. What do you do with the landscaping? Because there's two ends of a spectrum. One is you hire a company or you do it yourself to do just minimum upkeep of a very nice, like, it's presentable. Your house doesn't look ugly compared to the neighborhood, but it's nothing outlandish. There's the other side where you're like $80,000 a year, so they can basically make a jungle and upkeep a fucking jungle. There's tigers walking around. Apparently, they said it's all under control, right? So, do you have to do that? And one of the things that my wife and I get shocked at is we watch the shows. I'm sure you've seen a few. I don't know. Hopefully, it wasn't the right thing. Unfortunately, I'm sure you've seen a few, like Real Housewives of Atlanta, etc., Basketball Wives, that kind of stuff. Some of the folks there get into this culture where, as soon as they're in the rich people culture, all their friends are rich and they're rich, there's this keep up with the Joneses insanity to where they're like, 15,000 square feet is not enough for our home. We've got a growing family. It's like, bitch, you got 2 kids. The hell are you talking about? And she's like, we need a house with 25,000 square feet. And honestly, not having an indoor pool at this point is not a cool thing for us. It's like, think about if you're really getting what you need out of this versus putting that money, so much money, to the future. To, if you ever compelled to get a 25,000 square foot home later, hey, shit, you'll have way more than enough money for it. It just, don't let that, oh, I'm a wealthy person now, I've got all this income, let's find out how to spend it. Don't let that hit you. Just get what you need. And if you really don't find a compelling reason to buy something expensive, don't do it. You will thank yourself a millionfold later on.